recording.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulullah. Welcome back to our channel.
That begins
What's that begins?
our channel.
Oh, really? Okay. I totally forgot about that. Okay, so our channel's name is That Begins. Actually, this is a very nice name. So what are we doing here today?
We're gonna do another hadith video.
Mm-hmm.
And
So do you know what is hadith?
yeah,
What is hadith?
it's
Doesn't know what is hadith. You don't know what is hadith? You have done up until now. You have done 3 videos right now.
I know hadith. I just don't.
No, hadith is basically, as far as I know, hadith is the sayings and the doings of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And I also think that it also includes the doings of the Sahaba. Yeah, in accordance to what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did. Okay, because because I've heard of that. So the thing is that, look, this is at the moment, this is our situation and the situation of most of the Muslim Ummah, as far as I can say, that we have very limited knowledge of our own religion. And I think this has been like this for a long time. You understand? And I remember that when I was young, I was born a Muslim, and as a Muslim, I was taught how to pray. I was taught how to pray salat, and I was taught how to read the Quran. But I was never taught, and it's not the fault of anyone, but I was never, it's the way they were taught as well. And I was never taught the meaning of the Quran, and hadith was far. I mean, it wasn't even there. In fact, in my community, hadith is there to respect but not to follow. In fact, if they do something against the hadith or the sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and you take it out, remember one thing: when Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, so as Muslims, we have to say that when we take the name of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So hadith follow. I mean, like a lot of my people, they do some activities in the name of religion, but when you tell them that, oh, this is not in the hadith, right, they will actually get angry with you, and they will say that you are insulting us or something like that. Anyways, the thing is that since I did not have any kind of knowledge of this thing, but throughout my life, I actually at one point left religion at completely, not the belief in God. I did not leave that ever, because my own education, worldly education, brought me to the belief in Allah. I believe there is a creator, which explains everything in the universe, the science as well. But I got away from religion, and not because I hated religion or anything, but because I had limited knowledge of that. And then slowly over time, I gained little by little knowledge. Questions arose. We'll discuss that sometime if we get a chance. But different kind of questions arose, different kind of situation arose, and I tried to find an answer, and I found the answer in Islam. And thankfully, I am back to Islam. But the knowledge is still zero. I would say it's zero. It's like I would say the knowledge that I have is like a grain of sand from the beach, which is nothing, right? So what we have decided is that we want to learn as much as possible in the current situation. And so we have started reciting the Quran, haven't we? Yes. So we do Quran. He is actually learning the Quran. I also learned the Quran by heart. But that's not the most important part. That's good, but that's not the most important. We also read the tafsir. We try to read the tafsir and understand the Quran, and surprisingly, a lot of things that we recite in the Quran, read in the Quran and understand, are applicable to our lives. This is amazing, and this is the miracle. So we also wanted to do hadith, and hadith is much easier to understand and follow because it's basically the doing of the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And for this, we wanted to start with the most authentic book by the ijma of the Muslims, which is Sahih Bukhari. And he has done 3 videos. I wasn't there in the last 3 videos because, yeah, it's not 3 or 4 videos.
Yeah, and also, yeah, just now when my dad was talking, if at the start of the video you were thinking why my dad was here, from this video onwards, my dad and me are going to make hadith videos together.
So the reason actually I wasn't there in the last few videos of him is because it was a little bit difficult to talk to talk to this hole. You know what I mean? But I played a trick. I have the habit of talking to people, and I've been a teacher, but I've never had this idea. I mean, I felt a little bit awkward, but now we have made a trick. My son came up with a trick. We actually put Legos here. So we're actually talking to Legos. Is that funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyways, so why are we making this video? Why do you think we are making this video? The hadith videos.
To first.
No, you gotta say everything very clear and don't add words into it.
So first, assimilate it in my life,
Yes.
and second, to
That's for sure. I mean, we have to assimilate it in our life, and we have done 3 or 4 hadiths up until now.
Yeah.
Right, about 3 or 4, right? And those are very, 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 very important and very, very logical. For instance, the first hadith that you presented was "Innamal a'malu binniyat." Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
that
intention.
the weight of your actions depends on your intentions, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, and that's very important because we can see this in our lives of how people do things and what their intentions are. And a lot of time, of course, we don't know the intentions. Intentions are not known by Allah, but some obvious ones you can do, like for instance, back in our country, like many political leaders, when they go and help the patients in the hospital or the poor people, they will stand there, take a picture, which doesn't make any sense to me. As even if I wasn't a Muslim, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why are you helping people to show off? You understand that? Or many rich people who give money to the poor, it will be published in the newspaper. I don't know why. Because if you want to help poor people also have integrity. They don't want it to be known to other people that, look, somebody we are being helped with. If they have integrity. Though those who don't have integrity, you will find many a times, not all of them, but many a times you will find in the street begging for money. So I'm not talking all of the beggars, just the ones who do that. Again, we don't know the intentions. So the reason we are making this video is number one, and this is honest to God, honest to Allah. From my point of view, the first reason we are making the video is just for fun. To be honest, one of the reasons is just for fun. The second, and this is the most important reason, is that what we are learning, we want to share. And this is also one of the hadiths, the saying of the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that if even you know one ayah of the Quran, you convey it to people, right? And so, I mean, you feel free to comment whatever you want to comment. And subscribers, we have at the moment very few subscribers.
Yeah.
That's okay. I mean, it's good. I mean, it's kind of a motivation, but it's not the motivation. It's a motivation. We would like to have more subscribers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But if not, that's how it is. It doesn't matter. We are just, as I said, doing for fun, conveying the message, and that's it. Anything else you want to add? No, if you don't want anything. You
also, you should like this video if you haven't liked.
No, you don't have to like the video.
Yeah, you know.
If you want, you do.
And you can after you subscribe, then you can press the notification button to check if when I upload more content, then you can know. Then you know.
Yeah, I mean he's working quite hard for this video channel. So if you do, that's good. But this, as far as this hadith is concerned, we are doing it and this is 99% of the weight that this carries. We're doing it for ourselves so we can learn, and then to get extra benefit, we also want to share it. So when we record this thing, this will be on record. It will be backed up wherever the YouTube backs up its data. And so we will have access to it up until there is mass destruction, hopefully not, and everything destroys. And then there is no more internet. But I mean, up until that time, it will be there. So let's start, okay?
Yeah, and also I'd like to add something. Second, about the learning the hadith, we are also trying to understand the hadith and teaching it and trying to teach other people it.
No, I already
just
mentioned
now
that. That's what I said. That. Yeah. All right. So you have learned the hadith, right?
Yeah.
Almost. Okay, go on.
So
What hadith book is it?
Sahih Bukhari, book number 2, the Book of Faith, hadith number 13.
So we are using at the moment. There's an app. I think this has been made by a Pakistani creator, I would say. It's called Islam 360, and we are getting the hadith from there. So the hadith number is 13. Okay. They haven't said if it's classed as sahih or not. It hasn't written been that, but it looks sahih. It's understandably sahih. So can you do that?
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. An Anas radiyallahu anhu عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لا لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه.
So it's عن أنس رضي الله عنه عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه. What does it mean?
Narrated Anas radiallahu anhu.
It's not Anas, it's Anas.
Yeah. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, none of you Muslims, us Muslims, will have faith till he wishes for his Muslim brother what he likes for himself, what he wishes for himself.
I think it's just, I mean, it says Muslim brother, but I think it's just brother. None of you will have faith till he wishes for the brother what he likes for himself. Yeah, so this is actually, it looks very simple. None of you will have faith till he wishes for his brother what he likes for himself. So remember, we are not scholars. We have nearly zero knowledge. Whatever knowledge we have is what we have read. So we're trying to understand the hadith. And so this hadith looks very simple, isn't it?
Yeah.
It looks very simple, but what does it mean? None of you will have faith till he wishes for his brother what he likes for himself. So I believe that this has, I mean, although this looks like a very small hadith, but behind it is a very big elephant, in a sense, you know?
Yeah.
It looks like a small thing, but behind it is it looks like a small tail, but behind it is a very big elephant. So the thing is that, so how does this work? None of you will have faith till he wishes for his brother what he wishes for himself. Do you understand what it means?
No.
So for instance, what I understand from this is that, you see, a person, if I'm a Muslim, as a Muslim, what I wish for myself? I wish for myself, number one, Jannah. I want to go to Jannah, okay?
Yeah.
Then on top of that, as a human being, I also wish for my family good, for myself good, right? That I do good and I have good. I have food to eat, I have shelter, I have my property protected, and so on and so forth. So these are the main items as a Muslim that we focus on, right? And so we also want to wish this for other people. And what I have seen largely, I'm not talking wholly, okay? This is generally speaking. I'm not pointing out any people, because there are many Muslim people who are really doing good work. Really doing work, and YouTube is full of that. I'm just saying, generally speaking, what I have observed over time about general Muslim population is that we have become, I would say, more individualist than the Western people themselves. I'm talking about the Western general population, not the Western Muslims, okay? Western general population. There are a lot of good people among Western people as well, but I'm talking about as far as individualism concerned. I have found that Muslim people have become much more much more involved in individualism than the other people within the context of family, because they tend to take care of the family. Like back home, I've seen that Muslim people will people who call themselves Muslims, they will take care of themselves, and even if they have to roll over other Muslim people, and time and time, and I mean, my family has experienced this as well. Like my father, right? My father, he worked hard, he got successful, he bought land, he bought property and everything for his family. But his own family, I'm talking about extended family, they tried to push him down, and try to take away what was his, and didn't even give a damn, in a sense. And so this is another thing, like they don't think about other people. And in this case, this kind of feudal wars, I would say, our people, especially in the subcontinent, is full of those things. People get killed over this thing by taking somebody else's land. And then on top of that, like one example of this is where the brothers, it's a very, very common phenomenon back home, where the father dies, he leaves the land property to the children, and then brother will take away the land of the sister if the sister is not educated or simple minded. And so this happens a lot as well. Or sometimes what will happen is that somebody has a property, a land or something, and somebody else will come who has more power, who has more guns in his hand. He will take part of the land, and then you have to either fight or just give up, because if you fight, there is a chance that person might hide somewhere. So this is another thing. Then I mean, if you come on the international level, this is something that we see everywhere on the international level. You see how, and this is thanks to the colonialism, they did a very good job. They divided us into so many parts and then give us nationalistic view. Do you understand what this means? Like
oh no, I don't know. It's
nationalistic view. Like you can see, we have Muslim countries like Pakistan, Malaysia, Indonesia.
Oh no, I know what this is.
Saudi Arabia, UAE, and these are all Muslim majority countries. But if you look at the people in there, generally speaking, you will find that they are divided completely. Not only divided in a religious sense. I follow this scholar, I follow that scholar, so-called scholars. The real scholars will not have a following. So-called scholars, I follow this so-called scholar, I follow that so-called scholar, and the followers of this so-called scholar will call names to the follower that so-called scholar. And then you have the politicians, one follows this politician, one follows that politician, and this politician will fight against this politician, and even killing will occur, roadblocks and destruction of properties will occur. And then you have this Pakistani, my Pakistan is the best, Afghanistan is this, my Afghanistan is the best, Pakistan is this, Iran is the best, and Iraq is the best. And this, we are involved so much in this that we are completely divided in this case. And as a Muslim Ummah, we shouldn't be involved in this thing. We should be all united. And you can see how disunited we are, that many of our people are being killed like food. It's also another hadith. It's like being killed, like in Myanmar, in Bhutan. I think previously it was Bhutan. Thousands of Muslims have been killed, tortured, raped. Children have been killed, burned alive. A lot of Muslims have been misplaced, and none of the Muslim countries have done anything. They didn't. They don't have armies. They could have overrun Myanmar, but no, they won't. And the only thing they would do, and most of the people who want to take benefit from the West, is let's call upon the international community to help us. The international community doesn't give a damn. Do you understand that? And the same goes in Afghanistan, completely destroyed. Iraq and Iran, Iraq and Syria, completely destroyed, decimated. Nothing. Day by day, Israel is taking over Palestine. Nothing. Zero. Nada. So it's like we don't wish for another Muslim what we wish for ourselves. If I'm safe, that's good. To hell with other Muslims. I will talk too much. I will say the international community is not doing anything. And this is another habit. When we start being individuals, right? Individualism. We start getting involved in individualism. We will start pointing fingers at other people and complaining. And you can see that in the people who are talking about climate change. They just pointed fingers. Oh, this, that. And you ask them, like I give you an example, right? I was teaching this student, and in this experiment we had to use a plastic wrap. A plastic wrap for something. Anyways, I don't want to talk about this.
They said rat.
No, wrapping material. And she said, I don't want to use this thing. I was like, why? She said, you turtles. I was like, what do you mean by turtles? I don't understand you. He said, plastic turtles, climate. I was like, what? What are you talking about? Plastic turtles.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
And she said, and I was like, what the hell are you okay, you tell me one thing. Do you party? He said, yes. Do you drink? Yes. Why are you drinking? You know where a drink comes from? Alcohol. Where does it come? Oh, a lot of crops are being turned into this thing. Why don't you send that food to the poor countries? You understand that? What about them? So they talk about climate change, but it's easy to point fingers than do it yourself. Work something for the climate yourselves. And so I'm talking about the Muslims in this case, and this is how we are at the moment. We are so divided, and so this is basically what it is. So as a Muslim, we should think for other Muslim brothers as well as, and this, when we say Muslim brothers, this includes everyone. Okay, this includes the sisters as well. So we should think about other Muslim brothers and other brothers in humanity, what we think for ourselves. And of course, that doesn't mean that we shove it on top of them. We force it on top of them. Do you want to add anything else? I think that's about it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
Do you guys agree with us? You do? Okay. Anyways,
So.
وآخر الدعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. And of course, you wanted to say something. I think he's talking about a subscribe and stuff. If you want to subscribe, do so. If you don't, that's fine. But the thing is that one thing we want to mention is about the playlist, right?
Oh yeah.
So we have multiple videos. We previously played some video games, but we have stopped doing that anymore. I think it's a waste. We think it's a waste of time, and then there is a lot of shamelessness in that. So we have stopped doing that. And then but we have other videos, like he makes a lot of review videos and
Minecraft.
Minecraft videos. I think Minecraft is okay
It doesn't have shameless.
but it's still not. It still can be a source of waste of time. So we don't do this anymore. Okay. Anyways, assalamu alaikum. What a bye for you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.